when you're talking about family and, and you have a recently deceased relative, it's just such a sensitive area. No one's saying don't speak your truth, Harry, but it just feels like there's a pocket of time where you just stand back for a while and do himself a lot of favours.
Yeah, and of course, Charles has lost his dad very recently. Storm.
Just to pose an argument, is there no argument to say that he was being quite sympathetic towards Prince Charles and Philip, because he was kind of saying they suffered and the fathers before them suffered, and I want to break the cycle for my child. There wasn't a kind of I suffered under their cruelty. It was the situation that they were all in.
I wonder where I look at it as a dad, and I'm thinking if my daughter said in 15 years I did something because I wanted to break the cycle of pain in my childhood, I'd be devastated. I'd be absolutely devastated, because that's if that's the main headline out of your childhood, then I'm a failure. That's it.
Well, we're going to speak to Maxine now from London, who says Harry hasn't betrayed his dad.
So tell us why not, Maxine.
Well, I don't think he's betrayed his father at all. I think that he's just speaking, like your guest panelist said, speaking his own truth. And I think that we're all allowed to do that. And I also mentioned that I work in domestic abuse, where a lot of women who sit before me are told to keep secrets because it comes from childhood. Oh, we don't discuss that. No, nobody shouldn't know that. And it turns them into adults with trauma who are then, growing, young children who, reared on trauma. No, I think it's right for Harry to speak what he speaks. We don't always like to hear what our children say. I've got 4 boys, and sometimes they tell me, oh, Mama, you were abusive there. And I'm like, what? No, me, never. But yes, it can happen. And I think Harry did, right in talking, and he shouldn't stop talking. He should talk and talk and talk, because it's his life.
Okay.
How dare we think we could put a stop to Harry?
Sarah disagrees.
No, I do, because of course we should talk. I've worked with so many victims of domestic violence, and of course they should feel able to talk, but not to 20 million people listening on a podcast when you're earning £500,000 for doing it.
Jasmine, quickly.
It's all about timing. It's Mental Health Week. Harry has a mental health series coming out, and if his voice helps other people speak out and talk about breaking their own cycles, then it's worth it. Jeremy, the reason you'd be devastated is because you haven't talked about this publicly. Prince Charles has already talked about this. This isn't groundbreaking or shocking to his family.